Hello, hello. How's it going, guys? Wanted to make a quick video on how to get started in the day trading, and not necessarily even day trading, but trading in general. And I trade futures, so that's going to be my main focus. I've traded options and stocks before, so that's another. It's similar, but there's other avenues to get started there. But right now, the the easiest way to start trading is in the futures market, and I think it's the best way to start as well. So when we look at this, if you're going to trade, just trade stocks. There's the pattern day trading rule, and that makes anyone that doesn't have an account of at least 25,000 is the minimum to actually day trade stocks. But if you in reality, if you had 26,000 and you lost 1,000 and won, well, now you're back at a paid the pattern day trading rule. So really, realistically, you'd probably want like 30,000 to even start. And if you're just starting, you're going to lose 5,000 of your own money pretty quick, more than likely. So it's a lot better to go the futures route. If you don't want to go the futures route, probably the second, what would take the number 2 spot there would be options. And I'm going to talk about that just a little bit in case that's something you guys want to try. But I think by far it's not really a contest. I think futures is the way to go. It's the way to get started, but also there's really not a reason to not. I mean, if you get started in futures, that's where all the the big dogs are trading. So I mean, if you want to make, then you can literally make. I mean, realistically, I know it sounds nuts, and I've never made this much, but obviously that would be a goal of mine to get to the point where is realistically you can make $100,000 a week. And there are people that do that, just retail traders. I'm not even talking about, obviously the big banks and, that sort of thing. They're making that in a day, and then some just from, buying and selling futures. But as a retail trader, you can make $20,000 a day, which would, iron out to be 100,000 in a week. And you could be pretty consistent in that. And you're not, it's going to take more than likely years to get there, to get consistent. But just imagine if it takes you 20 years, if it takes you 15 years, if it takes you 10 years to get to a point where you're making $10,000 a day, 50,000 a week. Just say, if you're making 10,000 a day, you're probably going to lose, if you lose 10,000 one day. So you make 10,000 4 days, you lose 10,000 one day. That's still 30,000 if my math is right in a week. So yeah, it's definitely the way to go. And so I want to just point you guys out into a direction here. And this will probably be a series of videos. So what I want to talk about first and foremost is Apex. So Apex is a prop firm. I do have like an affiliate link. It's in the description, and so I do get paid a little something if you click that link and sign up. It's like just a small percentage of what your price is. But you look at this, and it comes down to, when you look at prop firms, there's two that I like and that I use, and Top Step is one of them, and Apex is the other, and they both have their own strengths and weaknesses. But Apex is what I would recommend if you're just getting started and you're just trying to figure things out. So if you look, Apex Trading, traderfunding.com. That's a tongue twister. Apex traderfunding.com. Scroll down. I'll say the links in the description that you can follow, and that is, it'll have a coupon code. So like you see these prices, and it's almost never this price. When you actually do it, it's cheaper actually, because they're almost always running a sale. So, and I think it's at least 50% off. Right now, it's November 25th today. Uh, until November 28th, they're running a 90% off sale. So, and they do this from time to time. I like the 50,000 account. It's the best bang for the buck. You can have up to 20 accounts, and that's another story for another video for another day. But just getting started, get a 50,000 account. Right now, it's 90% off, so it's basically $16.70. It's under $20 to to start a 50,000 evaluation. You see the rules here. Once you make 3,000, you've hit the goal, and you start a funded account at that point. They reward you. It's a performance account is what they call it. And off of that performance account, you can get paid, and you get paid 90% of your profit. So less than $20, you make you 3,000. It's another $85 to once you get the performance account. And once you're in that performance account, you can make money. You can trade up to 10 minis or 100 micros, which, it's basically, because your trailing threshold is 2,500, so it's basically like having, you got a 2,500. If you was real money, it's almost like having a 2,500 account, but just leverage more because you can get more size. But, when you're starting out, you don't want to use 10 minis. And I'm going to make some more videos on strategies, and, I've passed a bunch of these, but you'll find a lot of times when you pass them, get to the performance account, and I have been paid out on performance account, but you get to the performance account and it's easy to blow those because of emotion and that kind of thing, and just learning to trade. The market is a little funky right now, so it has been for this year really, and so it's the market's always changing, and anyone that's profitable has probably been trading for most people at least 2 or 3 years before they're really making money. Sometimes up to 10 years. Just depends on the person and depends on what they're how much time they're putting into it. But if you're getting started, you go to Apex, get a 50,000 account until the 28th. They're running a sale, 90% off. You start that account. They send you everything as far as loading the platform. I use Rhythmic, because you can use Rhythmic or Trade-Of-8. I use Rhythmic and use Ninja Trader for my platform with Apex. And so they, guide you through, walk you through all that. I'll be making some, tutorials on kind of what my chart looks like, and you can see it in my videos what it looks like, but I can kind of run down what I've got on there and how to set things up. But it's pretty straightforward, and there's a million videos on YouTube about it in general, but I will make some about my particular setup. But go to Apex, sign up, and you're started right there. That's number one, how to get started trading in general. And like I say, I would recommend trading futures and getting started that way. Less than $20, and you start it. Now, if you have, like, I've got a 9 to 5 or whatever, you had a regular job, like I can't trade. If you look up stocks trading, it's all, everybody wants to trade 9:30 is the market open, and you want to trade, that first hour window. Like, I can't do that. I got a job, And for futures is perfect for someone with a 9 to 5 because they are actually open 23 hours a day. And so they're running, futures is running overnights, and you got like the Asia Open, you got the London Open, and really, in all reality, you can not trade during the day at all. And the market's open, basically they close at 5 and they'll open back up at 6. Realistically, you can trade, I wouldn't recommend 6, but when it opens back up at 6, I wouldn't trade until about 8 o'clock. And around 8 o'clock in the evenings, you can start to look at your charts and start trading. And in particular, I like overnight the NASDAQ if you're going to trade after hours like that. And that's the extended trading hours. So in the extended trading hours from 8 really on until, all the night, you can trade. So if you find yourself like, I'm working a 9 to 5, but I'd like to have a little extra income, I would definitely recommend futures, Apex. Very little out of pocket expense. Most of your investment is going to be your time and your effort in studying and learning. I'll try my best to help with that the best I can, as you can learn with me. I'm not saying necessarily learn from, I'm not like a teacher guru guy, but I do want to see people do well, and if they can learn from my mistakes or learn from my experience, then that's wonderful. And so, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. And I'm hoping this helps somebody get started. Maybe, it can change your life. You imagine it's very reasonable to make $1,000 a month extra doing this, just, part time, maybe a couple hours in the evening, and not even every day, but just, hey, I got a chance this evening, I can play with this, and you play with it, learn it, and be consistent. Trade the NASDAQ. You can make an extra $10,000 a month doing that as you scale up and get consistent. So obviously, for a lot of people, that a goal would be to scale it up to a point where they can quit their 9 to 5. And even if you quit your 9 to 5, if trading in the evening works best for you, just don't work in the day. Trade a few hours in the evening, and you got all day to be with your family, or if you don't have a family, to do whatever you want to do, and then in the evening, it's like working a second or third shift job. So, and not even that, it's like working a second or third shift part-time job, working 3 or 4 hours in the evening, 2 hours in the evening. Some evenings it might be active, and you're like, you make $1,000 in 30 minutes. You're like, wow, I made $1,000 in 30 minutes. I'm done. That can happen. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Don't expect it to happen in a year even, but you can get to that point. And that's what makes this such an awesome opportunity. And we live in a time where, with technology and with the prop firms coming up, it's very achievable. And this, what I like about it is, you can literally have $20 to spend on this and make thousands. But the key is your skill and your ability to learn this trade, and this skill. And it is a skill set. And the real skill is reading a chart. A candlestick chart is what I use, and learning how the market works. And as you get more proficient in that skill, you'll be a better trader, and you'll make more money. But it takes very little actual money to start. It's more about skill and effort. And so it's that's what I love about it. It's there's no one to blame but you when you fail, and when you do well, that's because the good Lord allowed you to put in the hard work and gave you the brains to be able to do it. And so that's what it's all about. But just want to make this quick video on how to get started. And this will be the beginning of a series because I'm running a little long on this video, but so I'm gonna put out a few more on getting started. I want to cover top step as well. So we will see you next time. Be patient. Be